Good morning, sports fans. We're here from Lincoln College here in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Josh Komnick along with the furniture guy. As always, Jake Johnston.
Good morning.
We're here at Lincoln College at the admissions building. Lincoln College has been providing students the best educational experience possible since 1865. And with tuition lowered for the 2012-2013, Lincoln College is more affordable than ever. Illinois' only private two-year residential campus, you'll find a supportive approach from faculty and staff as you earn your associate's degree in liberal arts along with athletic and fine arts programs. Lincoln College is now offering dual enrollment classes to students through Lincoln Community High School. Just talk with your high school counselor for more information and get a jump start on your future. Be a part of the Lincoln College legacy. Phone 732-3155 or go online to lincolncollege.edu to meet with an advisor and schedule a tour. Jake, we got a full load today. Coach Alco, of course, coming in. He'll be joined in just a couple minutes with us to talk that close Railer loss to the number 7 team in 3A state Illinois basketball last night. Chatham-Glenwood, that was a 30-29 defeat out at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, of course. And then we've got Coach Kirk Whiteman, the two-time defending national champion. Coach going to stop by in the second half hour, plus a couple people from the college are going to stop by and let us know what's going on here at out at LC.
The docket is loaded.
And Jake, we've been commenting early before we get into basketball. There's some things going on in the wrestling world here in the community, especially out at Lincoln Community High School. We had two wrestlers in the state tournament, Zach Schlater and also Mr. Brewer, a sophomore. Zach Schlater, a fine season. Both of them got beat in the state tournament. I believe Zach Schlater finishing, what you got his record there, Jake?
41-7.
41. That's a lot of matches.
That is a ton.
That's a lot of matches to garner your weight. I mean, not that he probably has that problem, but.
Oh, you know all those
or
kids.
yourself.
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem keeping that on. No, not a problem at all.
Brewer.
Do they have a max weight class?
Yeah, it's called heavyweight. And then
I'm above that.
Brewer comes in and lost the first match to the number 5 ranked kid Kyle Adkins out of Sycamore. He finished 28-15, I believe, on the season. And again, Zach Schlater, a senior, has been a strong wrestler. We noticed him watching football. Yep. So a fine athlete out at Lincoln, and had another great season on the mat for the Railers. But Jake, basketball season is going full strength now. Of course, college, our beloved Illini are not so hot, but we've got a little bit, a little bit to talk to. Got a game this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to try and switch gears on the Illini and just start kind of being positive towards their direction.
Hasn't been a lot that way.
Weber's, he's had a tough year. He'll be fine. Coach Weber.
That's what you're saying.
Our beloved Coach Weber.
As he's supporting the Illini Keystone Seed Group hat.
Absolutely. This is how it's going to happen. We're gonna win out the rest of the year. We're going to go into the NCAA tournament, get a couple wins under our belts there, and 2 more years of Weber.
Really? You heard it. That's a prediction from the furniture guy. Jake, we got Coach Al in, and Coach, thanks for stopping by here out of Lincoln College admissions building this morning.
Well, thanks for having me.
Coach, another game, we talked about it weeks ago, that the conference doesn't get any easier, especially the part of your schedule remaining. Chatham-Glenwood last night. You've got Moline tonight at Moline. And then the number 1 ranked team, Lanphier Lions, come to Roy S. for Friday night's contest, the last contest. You talked about it all the time. You talked about it when I was there. The season go by so quickly, and it's maybe the fastest for me, even as a player, as being able to help out on the staff from the coaching position or now on the radio. 3 games left. 3 games left.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how quick it goes. And once you start playing Friday, Saturday nights, the weeks all run together. So you don't have much time to think about anything other than continue to prepare for your next opponent.
Coach, you had the 7th-ranked team in 3A basketball come to Roy S. last night. The Railers fall 30-29. The Railers even their record at 500, 14-14 on the season, 7-8 in the Central State 8. Chatham improves to 24-4 and 13-2 on the season. Coach, before tonight, we've played them 2 other times. I was hoping that the sports ritual, as hard to beat a team 3 times. I thought it was going to take place last night. I was hoping it was going to take place back on December the 30th. They beat us in the consolation championship at the Collinsville tournament, 51-44. And then the Friday night game of the Meyer Winter Classic on January the 20th, they beat us up pretty good, 59-37. Coach, what did you take away from those 2 games in order to get the guys ready for last night?
Well, they have great shooters. They park about 4 guys around the perimeter that can shoot, and we wanted to know where Peyton Allen was, their super sophomore. We needed to know where he was at all times, and we made some adjustments in our defense, which we've really never done a whole lot of tinkering with our defense. But we started out and we come up and matched up to the middle man, because one of the things they like to do is kick it into the middle and then let the middle man pick one of 4 guys to dump the ball off to and let them stand and shoot. And I thought our kids done a nice job of really taking their rhythm out immediately from the game. And as you know, shooting is such a rhythm type, fundamental that if you're in rhythm, you're usually you're going to have a great night. But our kids done a nice job of taking their shooters out of their rhythm, and we mixed it up a little bit more than we normally have. But I think we found some things that we can do in our defense to help us against other teams.
Coach, you've ran this defense for as long as you've been coaching, especially here at Lincoln. The guys have been playing it through junior high, and really not like a lot of teams where we'll throw in a man-to-man for 4 possessions a game. We're strictly a 1-2-2. Did it take a long time? Was it worked on in practice for hours this week in trying to not get hurt by this defense and practice it enough to where you feel comfortable to where it's going to help us last night?
Well, we spent 3 full days on it, and as you saw, I don't know if you heard Coach Blakeman, but as soon as he figured out what we were doing, and basically what we were trying to do was just match up with them, and once he did that, he called out his man-to-man offense, and when he went to his man-to-man offense, we went back to our regular 1-2-2, because then you get a lot of motion, and it's a little bit tougher to try to stay in a matchup that they would have. So, it was kind of a chess game last night, and I thought our kids done a nice job of making the adjustments that we needed to do.
Bad first half, I guess you would maybe want to say 8-5 after the first half, and points were a premium to come by. And, Coach, it wasn't even just the points. It was just open looks. It's not like the guys were missing open shots. There just weren't, even for the Titans or for the Railers, there just weren't a lot of good looks out there. And Jeff Benjamin and I were talking about it, and he was wondering, was it a nervous thing? Was Chatham nervous? And, I don't know that it was a nervous thing. I think you've played each other now, would have been the 3rd time last night, or had been the 3rd time last night. You and Coach Blakeman have coached against each other for years, and with the videotaping that is now allowed in high school basketball, the sets are, and their defense also, the sets are just hard to score on against conference teams.
Well, yeah, we struggle against conference teams executing our offense, and not that we don't execute it. It's defended very well, like you said, the taping and everything, and we got to try to find ways to make calls to where they don't know what's going on, but it's really hard today to be able to execute an offense. So there's a lot more of your offense at our green set. We got 5 out where we just try to penetrate, kick, and find different types of looks. So, but they're a great defensive team, and they really defend the paint, and their defense is just called a pack line defense, which is a man-to-man on the ball and 4 guys in the paint where you're going to have to beat us from the perimeter. And we talked last night. And we always talk to our kids about the passer being part of the shooter, and we were fumbling catches and passes. We weren't getting it to the shooter when they needed it, and that was a lot of our problems the first half. I thought Max Cook came out the second half and played much better and attacked the basket a little bit, which created a little bit more opportunities for us.
Well, I think you get into a game like that where teams are so familiar with each other, it's time for your players to make plays. You talked about Max going to the basket. If you do get an offensive rebound, you got to make it count. And the free throws are a premium at that type of game. 5-2 after one. Chatham was up 8-5 after halftime, and then it kind of got back to what you might want to say a normal game for the Railers and the Titans. Turnovers were pretty even, Coach, throughout the game. The Chatham turns it over 15 times, which I thought several of those were careless turnovers, not a lot by the Railer pressure, but I think a lot of that had to do with, you talked about it, throwing them out of rhythm in the defense that you threw at them. And talk about the Railers ball handling. They don't really pressure you a whole lot, Coach, but they're really hanging on you. They're scrappy, and really 5 turnovers for the Railers I thought is about as good as you could ask for.
Yeah, and the 5 that we had were pretty silly turnovers. So I thought the kids handled the ball, and I think the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the kids have, our competition has really gotten better, who we've been playing, and the kids have responded very well, even though the record doesn't show it. But, we're going to be prepared going into the regional tournament.
Got Peyton Allen in foul trouble early, picked up, I believe, a charge on the first one, and then a reach on a rebound, something that we'll get into a little bit later that the Railers had a tough time stopping themselves from doing in the fourth quarter. But a huge key. You can tell how much they rely on Peyton Allen, not only just to score the basketball, but to get their offense in rhythm. They had zero rhythm, especially when he went out, and was a huge key for the Railers staying close.
Well, he's like all good players. Our defense was, made the adjustments that we made was because of him, and you have to know where he's at all times. As you saw, he hit a big 3 late in the game there, and he's got a nice pure stroke,
yeah.
And he come up big there, and then he hit the 6 free throws, and he scored half their points last night. Even he had 15, but he had half of them, and our guys lost track of him a couple times, and when you do, he really makes you pay for it.
Yeah. We talked about at a game like this, a big player's got to make a big shot or come up with a big rebound, and that's exactly what he did, as you said, Coach, hitting the big free throws down the stretch and making that big 3 from the corner. We got to take a quick commercial break. We're out here at Lincoln College at the admissions building. We'll be back in just a couple minutes to go over the second half and preview the Maroons as we travel to Moline tonight. You're listening to 96.3 FM and WLCN online.com. We're back out here at Lincoln College. Phone them at 800-569-0556 to schedule your private tour and meeting with a professional admissions counselor. You're in the cheap seats. Josh Komnick along with the furniture guy Jake Johnston, and head coach out at Lincoln Community High School, Coach Neil Alexander, joining us after the defeat last night from the Titans from Chatham Glenwood, 30-29. Again, the Railers fall to 14-14 on the season, 7-8 in the conference. Chatham improves to 24-4, 13-2 overall. Run through the scoring here real quick. In the Central State 8, Lanphier wraps up the regular season conference championship. They won again last night, 83-42 over Rochester. Lanphier now 22-2, 15-0 in the Central State 8. Doesn't look like anybody's going to give them a defeat in the conference. They got one more game next Friday night. Rochester 9-19, 5-11 overall. Springfield beat Taylorville 67-35, and Southeast 77, Jacksonville 55. Coach, off the beat of the Railers real quick, Lanphier, the number 1 team in 3A, has quite an opponent coming in tonight, a late season tough contest. I mean, I guess maybe as a coach you want to see that, but the Peoria Central comes to Lanphier tonight. They're ranked number 2 in the state of Illinois in 3A, and that'll be a heck of a ball game.
That'll be a good one. I think earlier in the year, Lanphier did beat Central. It might have even been in the first tournament over in Decatur. I don't know where else they would have played, but I do know they played, and Lanphier defeated Peoria Central. So, and Peoria Central, if you see them, you would think it was a college team.
Really?
I mean, they're 6'8", and I mean big bodies, and those type of teams. If you let Lanphier get their quickness going, and the type of officials will basically be probably the determining factor in the ball game tonight. If they allow them to use their quick hands and everything, Lanphier will be okay.
Coach, 8-5 after half, and then the scoring picked up as it should be. But what were your words of wisdom after 8-5 at half?
Well, I was upset because I didn't think we were looking to shoot. I thought we were very passive at the basket, and we weren't getting out, getting our feet set, and our passers were bombing the ball, and we were just playing like we were really nervous instead of like being the second to the last game of the year. And I thought we come out second half and played much better, and we attacked the basket. We shot the ball a little bit better, and again, Max getting inside really helps us out. But we just tried to get them to understand, and I still think that this is a good basketball team. We're just playing a conference that has a lot of balance in it, and our non-conference schedule is also pretty good.
Yeah, there's no doubt you've got to bring it every night. The Railers outscored the Titans 12-8 in the third quarter, and a lot of that was due to Max Cook going to the basket. Again, we've talked about it all year that this sophomore can do that. He was able to get to the rim. He scored on, one 3-point play in the third quarter, and then another one in the fourth quarter. The Titans outscored the Railers 14-12 in the fourth quarter to come with the victory 30-29. But Coach, getting into that fourth quarter where I had told Jeff, my partner on the radio, that the fouls are going to be a problem when you have low-scoring games. You never want to give a team like Chatham, and especially a player like Peyton Allen, the opportunity to get to the free throw line, get something going, and that gets a shooter's rhythm going. And also when points are so sparse, those are easy baskets. And the Railers, we got into foul trouble with some cheap, maybe just not so smart fouls, and then we fouled while they were in the bonus on secured rebounds. I know 2, maybe 3 on Peyton Allen, who sent him to the line, and he was for the game they were 8 for 10, and Allen was 6 for 6 from the line, and I believe all 6 of those were in the fourth quarter. And as you said, when a close game, boy, those points were probably the difference.
Well, they were, and we didn't convert our free throws, and this was a game that was won at the free throw line, and you know how we come in every day to shoot free throws, and I think throughout the season, 4, 5, 6 games are determined from the free throw line, and last night was one. We had some silly fouls, and they were fouls that were really uncalled for.
Yeah.
84 feet from the basket after, like you said, he secured the rebound, and instead of getting back and playing defense, we let him go down and shoot 2 easy shots. And he made 6 points there, probably the last 3 minutes.
Right.
And then we missed 2 front ends, so there could have been a swing at 10 points.
Yeah, Coach, and the thing is, you understand that if it's 30 seconds left in the game, we were at a point where it was about 3 minutes left in the game, and just not the time to be making those fouls. But again, the Railers, the biggest lead for Chatham was 27-20, and I thought the Railers did a good job. There was a few times I thought where we settled for a 3 instead of when we had Chatham we were in the bonus ourselves. We could have, Chatham didn't want to foul us. They didn't want to send us to the line with the time. The clock stopped, so we could have gone to the basket, but I think a big 3 by Gessner when it was 27-20, that made it 27-23. I think we got it within 1 and just kept it there. And then Chatham, they stole the ball from us on one of the last possessions, and Helm goes down, misses a layup. And a good job by the Railers not to just say, hey, he's got a wide open layup, he's going to make this baby, I'm not going to hustle. But we had 2 Railers there, hustled back. He missed the layup, we got the rebound, came down, didn't quite get the shot we wanted, and then we had to foul. And they missed their free throw. Helm missed a free throw, and the Railers late. 4.5 seconds left, Coach. What was your plan with that? There's not a lot of time. You got to go the full length of the court. They had everybody off the line, so hopefully you would think you could secure the rebound, and then you just got to make a play. And I thought really we got a really good look. I mean, a half court, but with 4 seconds left, you're not going to get a layup.
Yeah, and in that situation, our thoughts were, if you let Chatham set up their defense by going with a timeout to try to diagram something, you had been in worse trouble than them being off the line, secure the rebound, or, they were even far enough back that even if he made the free throw, we could get the ball in bounds and, 3 or 4 hard dribbles and be able to get, usually you can get about a dribble a second, and, we could have got the ball 4 or 5 dribbles and had a decent shot. And, it was probably a 35-footer, which, at that point in time was a pretty good look, and it was uncontested. It was a wide open look, and 2 inches, a little bit shorter, and
it was right on.
We'd have been happy this morning.
And I'm right there thinking the way you're thinking. If you call a timeout, it gives Chatham a chance to. They had everybody back by half court. You're at least going to get the rebound and get to half court because they weren't going to bring anybody up. If they were going to press, they would have had people on the free throw line. So now I think if you call a timeout, now you're thinking, well, they're at half court now, but who knows? They may put the press on. And Coach Blakeman does an excellent job of switching up defenses. He does a lot, especially late in the quarter on the last second, where he will. When we get into our set, he'll go man the first pass. And you never know. I think he's as good as any guy in throwing things that maybe you're not quite prepared for. And he could have done the same thing if you called timeout. I was kind of surprised maybe he didn't call a timeout.
Yeah, I thought that. But, another thing our kids did, and I think we were prepared for it, that into quarters, he's not going to let us execute our set. So basically we just call a set. And then we know they're going to run and jump, and then we just try to reverse the ball real quick to get a good look. And for the most part, our kids done a very good job of that last night.
Coach, all the close ones have not come the Railers' way. Most of the close ones have not come the Railers' way this season. Is it a concern for you heading into regional? 2 tough games, one tonight at Moline. Lanphier comes to town Friday night. When you get into the regional situation, a close game, are you worried about these guys saying, man, we just haven't been able to come on the top of one of these games this year? Do we have the confidence to do it here in a big situation where it's a win or go home type of game?
Well, you can look at it 2 ways. They can be just relaxed and go out and play and, not have the pressure on them. And this group shouldn't have any pressure on them whatsoever, whether it's in a regional championship or the first round of the regional or even get to the sectional. They just need to come out and play. And this group, I don't think, really thinks about that while they're on the floor. But, it's nice if you can win. We've lost, 5 now by 2 points or less.
Yeah.
We've lost 3 by 1 and 2 by 2. And, those are usually ones that we win,
right?
With an experienced team. And, even though we have 5 seniors, those 5 seniors were not in a role the past few years to being able to get you the basket that you need. They've always played the sidekick, and it's a little bit different, and it puts a little more pressure on kids. So these are things that we're just going to play, and hopefully good things will happen. And we are playing very good defense, and part of the low scoring is not because of our defense; it's because of our offense and how patient we are. But going into last night's game, we were giving up 39.9 points per game, and the record is 38.9. So, they're playing a top-notch defensive level. So, hopefully we can continue to do that, but we still need to be able to put some points on the board.
Yeah, Coach, going into tonight's game, you're definitely going to need that again when you travel to Moline to face the Maroons. Maroons 22-6. 4-5 in the Western Big Six, so 5 of their 6 losses have come in conference. They lost last night to, which sounds like it's going to be the champion, the Rock Island Rocks. They got defeated 80-63, and that was at Rock Island Fieldhouse. So, Moline, probably a huge game. I know those, whenever those guys up in that area play each other, just like it is in the Central State 8, it's a huge matchup, a big crowd. And tomorrow or last night, probably at Rock Island, I believe it might have been senior night. I'm reading some articles here, and hopefully it took not only a loss, but a lot out of them because they've got some guys that can put it on the board. They put up 63 last night, and Rock Island had 80. So. I don't know that it's going to be 8-5 at half again tonight.
Well, the thing about Moline is they play the 1-2-2, and it could be 8-5. It might be 5-5. I don't know. But one thing that we don't have, it's not a man-to-man to where they're going to physically beat you up. It's more of a finesse game. So, we have to be able to hit shots tonight, and if we can do that, then I think our chances are pretty good. Moline is a very good 4A school.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
They were seeded 1 in a regional. I'm very good friends with their coach. Ryan Weber does a great job. We share ideas and things. We run stuff that he does, and he's got a lot of our stuff. But the defense is one that, it'll be very, they play a little bit different. They don't come out in the full court. There's more as half court, but they really spread you out, and hopefully we can hit some shots tonight. And if we do that and go up there with that mindset, I think we got a chance. One thing, Moline, they got out of the Pekin tournament at Christmas, and the DeKalb tournament had some really good teams in it. In the last minute, they all pulled out and kind of left Moline stranded up there. So Moline played in the Christmas tournament. I think they played with 5, not as the quality teams that we play at Christmas time. Like you said, 5 of their 6 losses come in their league, and I saw Quincy play, and I don't think the Western Big Six is as strong. And I do know that Rock Island lost everybody, and they were struggling also, and they're winning their league.
Yeah.
So I would like to think that scheduling has been to Moline's advantage, and hopefully our schedule is going to help us come out on top tonight.
Well, Coach, you're going to have to definitely shoot it well and guard the Lindauer kid. He's another guy that can fill it up. They had a Lindauer a couple years ago, I remember.
Same one.
Same one?
Same one.
Really?
Yeah.
Man,
he's been
he's
playing
on that
there.
8-year pro.
Yeah,
Jake
kind of like you.
That was only in college, not high school. Hey, Coach, thanks. We're going to let you go here. I know you got a shoot around to get ready for, and then the long bus haul to Moline. And good luck again. And we'll, of course, if you can't make it up to Moline, we'll bring you the action, 96.3 and WLCNonline.com. So, Coach, safe travels up there, and good luck tonight.
Well, thank you. And I'd just like to remind our fans that we do have Fan Appreciation Night along with Senior Night next Friday night, where we have some barbecues after the game. So you're welcome to come in and, come out and support our seniors and send them off, hopefully with a win over the number 1 ranked team in the state. Yeah,
it not only sports senior. I thought we had a great crowd last night, and then hopefully we can. And it's not quite their last game because, Coach, if we win our regional, which we're the number 1 seed, the sectional is at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, and it would be nice to get those seniors back there for the sectional play. So
yeah, anything can happen when you get to that point, and we would be paired against the Springfield winner, the first round of the sectional. So you take and you hope, and Southeast, if they get by Griffin, it'll be the 4th time that they've played Lanphier this year. So, and Southeast is talented.
Yeah.
And if they have one of them nights and Lanphier has one of their nights, it could be an upset.
I remind you, we had a sectional when I was a junior at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium and didn't fare out too well because Mr. Tyrese Bryson came in and was Michael Jordan that night.
Yeah, I told you guys he could shoot when he crosses the timeline.
We didn't believe you.
You didn't believe me. He stepped across the first possession and he buried, and I had 5 guys looking at me like.
Yeah, and about 3,000 people also too.
Yeah.
On one of the great nights I had as a beginner railer. Coach, have a good trip, and we'll see you up in Moline.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to take a quick commercial break and be back with 2-time defending national champ Coach Kirk Whiteman. He's out here at Lincoln College. That's where we are right now. We're on WLCN 96.3 and WLCNonline.com.